Hey guys, my name is Simpzy and welcome back to some more Total War Attila. We are playing as the Danes. So guys, let's get straight and right into it. To start it off, we have a war. Your ally has declared war on another faction and calls for your help. The Saxons have declared war on the Picts, the Pictish tribes in the north. Now, very interesting, the Picts currently occupy northern Scotland still. The Jutes hold most of Britannia, along with the British. Saxons have Camalodunum. But the Picts also have a piece in western Gaul, France, if you would, on the Spanish border here. So we're going to enter war with our allies. And the Saxons and the Danes are going to war. Right, now, it has been a considerable amount of time between the last part and this, because we haven't had a battle since the last episode. We have taken Colonia and a couple of other settlements from the Western Romans. We only had to face their garrison, and what we've been doing is been putting money back into the economy, slowly building up our mighty Danish empire. But yeah, not too much has been happening. We've been very much on the defensive. It's very slow, this campaign. So, the Saxons are at war with the Picts. There's been some raiding. Right, so this is how the world is kind of shaping up a little bit. We've only been at war with the West, and we haven't actually been at war with any other factions except for the Varangians, who now have occupied northern Gaul, which is quite interesting. They had Rugian, and that was the first settlement we needed to take to expand our empire. So, we're going to be dealing with the Picts soon. So, I just want to quickly go through my diplomacy. I want to show you. We currently have a defensive alliance with the Angles. Would you like to upgrade that to a military? No. Okay. We still hold military alliances with the Rugians, the Langobards, who are all the way down in Syria. The Geats aren't particularly happy with me. The Saxons are, and neither are the Jutes. Who are the Picts at war with? The Picts are at war with the East and Western Roman Empire. The Saxons, the Danes, the Varangians, Nobatia, and they have a defensive alliance with the Abdanians. Are we at war with the Abdanians? No, it's because the Saxons declared war on them. Right. So, let's have a look at our kingdom. I want to show you the strategical overview, because it might be a little bit more easier to see. So, I will see if I can get, where is it? Yes, this will help a little bit to see a little bit clearer, I think. Right, okay, so we currently occupy Belgacia, I think that's how you say it, Germantia, and a little bit in Goth and Skander. Most of the factions north of us we have military alliances with, and Britain. But the world is kind of shaped up here, quite interesting. We have the Varangians here, the Picts are here, the Ostrogoths and the Visigoths have taken southern France and northern Italy. The Gaulish Roman rebels have taken most of Gaul, and the Septimani have taken a little bit of Gaul and northern Italy. Iberia has pretty much been burnt to the ground. España has cropped up a little bit there, and same with some Western rebels. But I'm currently at war with the Western Roman Empire, the Eastern, the Picts, and Nobatia. So we're not actually at war with the separatists anymore, but we're slowly building up our kingdom. I want to show you my trade rights now, because we have the only gem resource in northern Europe. The other one's down over in Africa and then over in Palestine. We're currently producing the majority. We're getting 1,300 per turn from trade, from specifically that, and then we're getting 5,000 through all the factions. The Jutes, Saxons are pretty high up there. Same with the Visigoths. We do have the trade with the Abdanians, but we'll just have to see about that. Objectives-wise, we need to survive until 425 spring. We need to control 30. We need to loot or sack 4 different settlements. We've only done 1. Research 10 different technologies. Earn the income from raiding 5,000. We haven't really been raiding overly that much, so we might need to start that. Family tree-wise, it's really quite interesting what's happened. Now, guys, if you can remember, Lothar, my heir, was killed in battle. So, obviously, the throne passes to his brother, Humbly, the only natural-born son of Dana. Now, he currently has a bastard daughter, a bastard son, a legitimate daughter, and a legitimate son. So, the bastard daughter is married off to Ogmar. They have a son, Volstagg, and his bastard has a bastard son, Sig. So, we have Halmar and Trondir. Thronder is the legitimate son of Humbly, and even though that he is younger and it's not born first, we're going to be giving him the throne because I want that to go through my Danish kingdom. I want them to be legitimate, not bastards. However, if he dies of infant mortality or gets killed, the throne will pass to the bastard because, well, he's the only living son. Obviously, the daughter of the king is married to Ivar, who has a son Volstagg as well, a legitimate daughter, 2 legitimate daughters and a bastard daughter. But it's interesting to see that Lothar had a bastard daughter. If it was a bastard son, or a legitimate son, it would have been interesting. Well, if it was a legitimate son, he would have inherited the throne from his father. But the line has been broken, and I'm not going to be giving it to her line. It's going to go to the son. Helgi is married to the adopted daughter of the king. I'm not really too sure about this line, why it's honestly even here. But that's the family tree for you, the diplomacy and the trade rights. So let's have a look at our armies. We currently have Dana here with some elite Nordic warriors. We've got some Norse berserkers. We currently have the heir with a pretty decent army, and we have this other army here. Now I was actually going to push it over to the former Frank settlement of, I think it's Flavum? Yes, Flavum. I was actually going to occupy that because that'd be a really nice trade post we could keep on pushing through, because we are trading with Hafen, but another stop would just increase our money. Now that we've had a war, like we haven't had a war and a battle in so long. It's been absolutely crazy. We've only been fighting against garrisons. Now, we have been slowly trying to fix the public order in these places because they're not actually the best, the regions we took. So let's actually have a look at the Picts, and because we're at war with them now. Well, the Western Roman Empire, let's actually have a look where they are. They have a settlement here. They're pretty much pushed down. Yeah, I think we should focus on the Picts and putting our claim in Britannia. Well, the Picts have their northern settlement. That's getting a lot of money per turn. I'm trying to think, should we go straight up there and try to take their capital? Or should we head down here? Because they do have 2 settlements. Interesting. Well, we could send the king. However, the only problem with the king is he's 67. He's actually really quite old. So I don't know if he's going to be able to make the journey. So I'm half tempted. I want this army to go up there because it's my best army out of the 2. But I think I might give the command to the prince. Now, because we've upgraded my general quite heavily, he doesn't get snow attrition. Sorry, the army. We have champions of the north. We're immune to snow attrition, which is fantastic. I think this army isn't, but it doesn't overly matter that much. We can go back to my gem settlement. So, yeah. I think we're better off just to swap. Instead of kicking them out, waiting a turn, we might as well just swap the whole army. I don't think it's going to be too much of a difference. So, now that the prince has a pretty promising army, we're gonna double time. We're going to disembark. We're going to send the prince over to deal with the Picts in the north. I want to try to take that settlement. I think it'll be a really nice piece of trade. I don't know. Oh no, Woods at Ildon. Okay. Right, now that with that army going, I don't think we're going to occupy that settlement yet. We have Halmar, who is the bastard son of Humbly. So he won't be the heir, but however, he'll still be playing a pretty big part in the wars and future of the Danish Empire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him back here, because I still want to kind of protect my lands. Minus 12 per turn. We really do need just to build some bigger towns just to keep up our public order. In the north here, we're not too bad. It's just in these recently taken territories where there's still a little bit of a problem. So, yeah. But obviously, when you build bigger settlements, your food tanks a little bit. So you're gonna have to be very wary of that. So, I'm trying to think where we can disembark, because we do have a military access with the Jutes. They're not really happy with me, the Jutes, however. No, they don't have military access. Arranged marriage. Offer the daughter, the bastard daughter. No. I guess we could try and marry the king off again. It doesn't really matter, he's 67. Because I would like to marry him off at some stage to maybe a faction leader. Or a faction princess. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly do a save. Now that we're at war with the Picts. I don't think they're going to be pushing through my lands. However, we're going to go and fight the Picts. Now, I have a couple of options of how to get there. I could go by say, oh, need to mention this. I'm sending my spy down to northern Africa and southern Italy just to see the garrison and who occupies those lands, because obviously the climate change has happened, and unfortunately in the north it's one of the worst places for fertility. So we're going to have to build certain farms to combat with that. And I have put a lot of my money into fishing, because fishing can give you a lot of food, because once the climate changes, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. That's why most tribes immigrate to northern Africa and go south. It really helps. So I was thinking, depending if I didn't have any wars up in the north. Okay. Oh, the climate change hasn't happened. It happens here. Oh, okay. I thought it happened. Oh, wait. Anyway. Mission succeeded. Septimania Nabatea. Halwick has died. A noble birth. Ring. What an age. Oh, the climate change has happened. I knew it was coming. I couldn't remember if it happened or not. Okay, that cinematic trailer was Attila the Hun being born. Ugh, only time will tell when that happens. So, abandon all hope. We got 6,000 just then. Nice. Rejection. There will be no marriage nor love. This man has failed to find a bride. Okay. Well, I have a feeling he's going to be dying soon, and his son will be inheriting the throne. Humbly. Right. Now, obviously we're moving out now. I'm trying to think. We don't have military access with the gates, so we're going to have to disembark in the north somewhere here. It's going to take us 3 more turns to attack the Picts. We're still -3. I'm going to have to upgrade the food, because we're upgrading 2 settlements there. Because I think fishing is going to be the majority of the way how we get our food, because we've already settled in the northern part. But obviously, yeah, I don't want to go too far down to Africa, because I've done it in too many of my campaigns, so I don't know, we'll see. But we're going to have to put a lot of money into fishing to get our food up, or otherwise my empire's going to starve. We just need to build the right buildings now for food. And I feel like my empire's caught a... okay. Their demands. Who are we marrying to? The heir. No, I would much rather my line continue. I don't want to sell her off. Thanks for the offer, Rugians, but no thanks. Yeah, my empire's kind of in a hard situation. Obviously, it's not probably the traditional what they do for the Danes. However, it was just the naturally way I was sort of drawn. Okay, so we can actually get spies now. That's what I just noticed. Because I did recruit, I constructed a spy building in Colonia. Okay. 31, a double agent. Right, we'll recruit him. I'm going to definitely send him up to the Picts. Maybe we can do some damage before we can get there. If I take Ragnar at a half, and yeah, it goes to a -6. The public order still isn't really overly great there. We're still getting 200, 165, 42 from fertility. Hordes in province, -2. We're just going to have to be careful. In 2 more turns, the public order should be alright there. I'm upgrading these towns. It's just... we just need more food to combat with that. And we can't overly build more farms, because they're not going to be worth it. And yeah, we just need to build a bigger empire. Because like I said, it's kind of like awkward in the middle here. We kind of obviously pushed down to take Rugian, and then we naturally took these two to get rid of the Varangians, and then they declared war on us. I can't remember who declared war on us here, and then we kind of pushed down, and then we kind of had to hold it here with the gems, and the only region we could take close by was Belgacia. Could take a couple of provinces here and there. We did have Londinium at some stage. We couldn't hold it. I didn't really want to hold it. I saw that the gems were unoccupied, so I thought if we could get there and hold the gems as quickly as possible, we could make so much money. And as you see on the screen here, we're making 1,300 per turn from that. How are we going through timber? I haven't really put that much money into that. I've been focusing on the gems because we can't actually upgrade them anymore. We have a gem trader. We have to wait to get some new technology. Speaking of technologies, what are we going for? Just more wealth and whatnot. Right, we're still continuing north to attack the Picts. Hopefully we can have a battle in today's episode. And I kind of felt that it's been a while since I've recorded a part, like shown the time difference. Like I said, not too much has been happening. Not many wars, slowly building up our empire. And you guys all know how slow Total War Attila is compared to other Total Wars. And yeah, we're slowly building an empire. But hopefully taking the Picts capital will net us a fair amount of money. The Western Roman Empire is still holding on. I don't know if you noticed in that other army, we do have some siege equipment. We do have some... what is it? Scorpions. We adopted from some Romans that we managed to take on replenishment with. Right. City constructed. Yay! It's fixed up the public order. How's the money going? Not too bad. My spy is nearly down in Africa. I just wanted to scout out and have a look before I even think of committing like a crusade or anything. Are there any other people we can get trade rights with? Everyone really kind of hates us. The Ostrogoths don't like us. Why is that? I wonder. Oh wow, they have some really nice princesses. But I don't want to marry her to the High King just yet. Non-aggressional pact. No, I don't think they want to have anything to do with me. The Varinians, I find this quite interesting. Did they lose a province there? They did too, they got sacked. We were at war with them. They were one of the first people we actually had our battles against. Right, we're going to continue to push up north here. To attack the Picts. How far away is my spy? I don't think my spy is going to get there very quickly. But they're making 2,500 per turn. I just want to quickly check what my religion is before we invade theirs. My religion is Germanic paganism. Celtic paganism is currently in the settlement there. I would have thought, being that the Jutes currently occupy Ildon, I'd think I'd be able to take it. Nevertheless, it's going to be winter in one turn, so we should be pretty well right if we attack it. And besides, oh, I don't think it's this army. I was going to say maybe besides it won't matter because we won't have snow attrition. I actually swapped the armies, didn't I? Alright. But guys, if you still are enjoying this Danes campaign, remember to leave a like. I would really much appreciate it. I do put a lot of effort into my videos, and a simple like really does go a long way. And subscribe to keep up to date with all my videos, if you haven't already as well. Let me know in the comments if you don't want to leave a like, or you want to see another campaign. I'm always open to suggestions and constructive criticism and whatnot. Right, what else do we have to do? Spotting charts? Okay. A good winter. Food shortage in Germania. Okay, right. And that's because these buildings we're constructing to keep up the public order. Yeah, minus 15. Trade deposit. 20 food. Yeah, we just need more food, and it's kind of limited here. And it's going to tank even more once we invade the Picts here. So where can we actually disembark? We can disembark there. Well, it looks like the Picts are undefended here. I just want to quickly double check this doesn't have... Oh no, this does have snow attrition. Yeah, immune to snow attrition. Right, okay, we're going to disembark then. Maybe I've just confused myself. Maybe both... Oh, both my armies have it. I only thought one did. Oh, perfect. So we are going to disembark. And if there's not an army, we won't have a battle, I guess, because I don't think the garrison's going to be overly that big. I'll end the turn. Halma wants a upgrade. Replenishment, +2 replenishment for command force. That's probably not too bad to have. And we'll go into Wolf to get more melee attack. Right, let's do another save, because we're 20 minutes into this part. But as you see here, it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of an interesting sort of land formation. Obviously, we don't have this territory, because it's occupied by Western rebels. I could try take it, but obviously the Gaulish faction hold it. I don't think... Well, what are the Verinic... Okay. Right, the Scavlians, I don't know how to say that properly, are attacking them, but hopefully we can take the Picts capital in today's episode. So it looks like the Western Roman Empire still hold Carthago. Yeah, the Picts are pretty split up here. The Saxons are attacking the British. The Geats haven't expanded, which is interesting. The Jutes have obviously taken a Boricum and Lindum. Saxons haven't overly expanded. I would like to take Flavum soon. I just need to save up enough money for that, but I need to fix the public order. So, like I've said, guys, it's just been slow, and I felt like we haven't actually recorded some in a while. I don't want to get too far ahead of you guys watching. But it's been a really fun campaign so far. I'm still enjoying it. I hope you guys are as well. Right, Africa's been encountered. Attila and the Alans. And another food shortage. Yeah, we're not doing too well on that food front. But Carthago is still occupied there. Africa seems to hold a fair few territories. What are our relations with Africa? I'm just thinking we can make so much money with trade, but all these factions hate me, and I don't have enough money to give them some. Well, looking here, I'll disembark my spy just in case the Picts have an army further south. But it looks like the Picts capital is undefended for the taking. Wow, there's only one general unit in there. There isn't actually a garrison. He is the heir. We do have our own siege equipment. We're not going to build any to help the odds, but it's not even like a decent battle, even if it was like 4 units. So we're going to auto-resolve. Take the Picts capital. Decisive victory. We lost 96 men in that battle. That's probably going to be the one of the shortest battles of all time. Right, we get 10,000 for sacking the settlement. Wow. I think I'm going to occupy, because we're going to make a lot of money per turn. We're going to have to convert a lot of the buildings, though. That's the thing. Because obviously we're not part of the same sort of culture. We could we could loot and occupy. We can sack. 10,000. That is a lot. I'm half tempted just to loot and occupy. But obviously there gets a little bit more province instability. Yeah, I'm going to loot and occupy. Even though some of those buildings would have been good for me. Oh no, we just looted them. Alright. Well, we have taken the Picts capital. Nice. Right, okay. I want to go through the buildings now. Well, obviously I want to repair the large city. Irrigation fields. Okay, we'll repair that. A basket weaver. What are we going to convert that to? I don't particularly want that many military buildings here, because I'm not going to need them. I want to have like a port or something. Can we get a port here? I don't think so. So I want to put more farming if we can. So I'm going to dismantle this. Wow. We can't even convert half of these. Smokehouse, we have to destroy that. What can we convert this to? We can get onagers. Bone carver, yeah, we'll destroy that as well. So we were destroying most of it anyway, but we have that 12,000. Holy shit, that's a lot of money. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it straight back into our own kingdom. Let's have a look at half in our capital. Growth and sanitation. Can't upgrade it anymore. I would like to build another bigger fishing village, but we just can't at the moment. -4 to public order. Yeah, it's going to be too risky, but yeah, and we can't seem to build anything else. We haven't got the whole province. Right, Rugian, we might need to have a look at goat barns. We can't upgrade the settlement anymore. Sanitation. -3. I think we're going to have to put more money into here. Small city. Yeah, we'll build a town and some more goat barns. Right. How about over here? +40. Okay, slave trader. We don't really need more money. 1,500 per turn. Trade. Wealth from all buildings enables spies. 40 food. That's probably not too bad of an idea there. Even with a full stack sitting there, we're still not overly happy. Right. Okay, we still have 41 food. We're going to be getting some more food. And that can also go to be building a bigger city. Yeah, we'll end the turn there. We still may sign a provincial governor in the north. Do I want to, though? Might be a good idea. Halfdan can go there. Sure, why not? Because there's going to be a lot of construction anyway. So we'll go with +10 growth and a -2 construction. That's probably the best one I want to go for. Research rate, public order. Public order we're going to need a lot more of. What have I got in all my other provinces? I got the public order, not the -2 building. Right, I was just double checking. Right, we've got some unassigned skills there. He's going to get a 20% from animal husbandry. I haven't really decided if I'm going to keep him as a governor. I was actually going to marry her to one of my princesses. We'll go 1 into infantry commander, and we'll go 1 into minus the construction. Maybe I should have gone 2 to get the 20%. But I don't know where the Picts are. Where their army is. Obviously, we're going to have to keep an eye out on those settlements in Gaul, just in case they flank around. But I honestly thought we would have had a battle in today's episode. This campaign is very much on the defensive, so for continuity's sake, hasn't been the best. This horde is really annoying me. It's just running around, looting. It's not overly doing that much. We're only getting a -2 food. Okay. Holy Vision, a good omen. +2 public order. Nice, that's going to help us. Raiding. And all the demolition has happened. Food shortage there. Right. Okay. New technology. We got bigger livestock pens and irrigation. I'm just trying to see what else we can do. Canals. Minus construction. Blood altar. Cost 10,000, so I'm probably going to go with that, but it will be worth it most definitely. Right, the public order is slowly coming back to us. Oh wow, we can actually hold these buildings in our province. Right, okay. So what does this do? Irrigation fields. Yeah, that's not the best when the climate change gets worse, so we're probably going to have to change that to probably a goat barn. once we get a little bit more money. -2 public order from we need industry. We need more food, so I'm half tempted to keep on destructing that. A great hall. Trade depot, get more food. That would be definitely good for us. Tavern, we don't particularly need more public order. We need more food at the moment. And we also have to convert the we have to convert the religion because it's quite heavily paganism here. So I'm going to get rid of the artisan as well. I'm going to keep this because we get 70 from food reserves. That's probably really good for us. Right, I can't see where we can have a battle in today's episode. I'm just looking. The Picts. Bertagala. Alucia. Yeah. If we were to take the air out, -20, holy shit. We really do need to fix the public order here. But, yeah, I don't know where we're going to have a battle. I think I'm going to end it here, because basically this has been the whole campaign. I honestly thought we would have had a battle against the Picts because we were at war with them. We'll see if they flank around with some armies, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Looking at that, they only have 2 regions there. 1 region. Oh, no, 2 regions now. But I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching if you watched all the way through. I really do appreciate it. Remember to leave a like to support this series on my channel. I do profusely apologise there wasn't a battle. I honestly thought there would be. But it was only an order result. But not too much is really happening in this campaign. We're slowly building up our economy, fixing the public orders. We have a couple of armies here, so stay tuned. I would like to move this one out at some stage. But we need to fix the public order and the economy before we do any invasions. Obviously, my spy's down south, looking at who occupies these lands. Looks like the Gaetulians and the Africans. Maybe we're better off going over to the Middle East to get some more money. Get more food so we can hold our lands in the north. Set up a couple of other smaller kingdoms. But I'm actually going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been Simpzy. Goodbye.